had a tour of the ship with Dude, and I'm gonna actually start us off with Matt. You can either take it in character or just describe that conversation to the other players so that they know out of character. If it's in character, obviously you guys are talking about it.
Um, yeah, well, it obviously, dude stays back at the ship while he's waiting for everybody to come back from the finish up with the trading. And Cap comes back and he would wait until everybody is kind of together. Well, so we had a visit from a little girl. She at least is okay. They let her come on over. She she seemed real curious about all the stuff that we've done, or at least all the stuff that the nets say that we've done. And well, I mean, shit, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't know what to talk about. I tried to play her off with a little bit of, maybe not take all that shit at face value and whatnot. And that actually, I don't know, man, kind of seemed to upset her. She seemed, hmm, I don't know, either I or one of us talked to her about this shit the last time we were here.
Oh,
So
jeez.
maybe I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should have pretended to be a hardened criminal or shit, man. I don't know. But it's not what I got in me right now. So she kind of wanted to leave. She seemed a bit upset about it. But not like angry upset, but like sad teenage girl crying upset. So
Kind of glad I wasn't here for that, dude. Sorry. I
I
don't think
mean,
I would know how to handle a crying teenage girl.
I, obviously I didn't handle the crying teenage girl very well either.
Do you think she sees us as something like anti-heroes or some shit like that?
I don't know. She seemed really interested in asking about like did you really kill all those people, that kind of stuff. So either she's looking for some excitement to spice up her life that seems pretty boring down here, or there's some other motivation. I don't know. She didn't really stick around that once she kind of decided she was done, and I wasn't exactly going to go chasing after her.
No, you did the right thing.
I'd like to think so, but I don't know. I got a funny feeling this is going to bite us on the ass if we don't.
Do something about it?
I don't know that we can do anything about it. Like, the more questions we ask, the more it might become obvious that we don't know what the hell we're talking about. I mean, I don't know about you, but I, I feel like the current me isn't really that good at bullshit. Kind of hard to lie when you don't know what you know.
You don't know, and anyone else knows either.
Yeah, man, I wish we had landed on a planet that nobody knew us. We could just make shit up.
Except that we are in the news,
Yeah, but I mean,
apparently.
these guys are playing a tune that we got earplugs in we can't hear, but we're expected to harmonize with. Like, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I mean, keep an ear out for questions. I don't know. hopefully we get our shit and get the hell off of this planet before anything really goes too haywire. Because they could turn us into our component atoms before we could even get off the ground. So
Yeah.
but that seems weird. I mean, these are like don't they seem pretty heavily armed for being a planet of like, oh, we don't do anything and we're really boring and uh we wear robes and are really nice all the time.
I think they're a cult.
Probably that a little bit too.
I mean, you have your own little planet, you have your own little community, you can do whatever you want, and in case someone doesn't like that, you have some big ass guns.
Unless what they're mining here is, I mean, they've got other things that they do.
Well, I mean, if it's a whole planet, they got to have something they're supporting this economy with. I mean, unless they were, maybe they went weird when like there was nothing going on between the planets.
Well,
I gotta say, thanks.
trading hubs.
Thanks for that. It's really comforting to think about the thought that we're on a planet of, cultist crazy people, and we're completely defenseless. I'm gonna sleep real well tonight, man.
We could always just see if we can find some news when we get to the next planet. Maybe someone else knows about this place.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to reassure you, but everything I could possibly do around here, I need those damn things.
Yeah, well, it's not your fault.
And if they don't, then they might have them, but they're certainly not selling them to us.
This is a bad situation all around.
Well, we're making the most of it.
Yeah.
Let's, do what we can, get the repairs done, and
on that note, I'm going to take my mind off it and go back to sticking my hands in the guts of the ship. Give me a shot if you guys need anything.
if she comes around again, I'll try to talk to her.
I was going to say, I think that'd be a good idea.
As much as I really don't want to.
I mean...
Could always send her to me.
No.
Well,
yeah, because I can't understand how a teenage girl works. There's an audible eye roll.
how does that sound?
Exactly like this. But yeah, we're gonna need to find me some lanterns anyway. If you want that door open.
I just feel like we're tiptoeing through a minefield.
Oh, we absolutely are. I know that's not comforting, but we absolutely are.
Well, we ain't dead yet.
I'm going to do everything that I can to help keep us from getting dead.
Oh.
On the bright side, if it was an actual minefield, Alexa could help.
I don't get it.
It can detect that stuff.
Alexa can?
How do you think I got the scans of our little compartment? She doesn't look like much, but she can detect those things. That's why I built her.
I'm sorry. Like, I
He's-
totally thought you meant, like,
Yeah. He named the droid, or his drone.
oh my god. Okay, now I get it. I feel stupid, but I'm like,
No,
wait,
just
the
Cap just doesn't remember the name or doesn't know that the drone was ever named.
no, Cap does
Up.
not.
Up until she mentioned it last time, nobody knew she had a drone. Which begs the question, what else does she have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep my head down and try to stay out of trouble. I'll talk to her again if she decides to come back and wants to talk to me.
Okay, so disregard my questioning Alexa with the with the mines because I totally was confused.
You don't want to play that off as Cap not remembering or not knowing?
In all fairness, Colina's never actually mentioned that's Alexa.
Yeah.
Well, no, like me, Emma was confused.
Oh,
I
about
thought
Alexa
you meant
as
like
a
the
Yeah.
yes, because
No,
isn't that the Google
That's the Amazon one.
That's the Amazon one.
Yeah,
The
I was
one that
like,
can
what
listen to
the
anything.
fuck?
Mm-hmm.
The one that can record anything at once.
That's why we'll never have that shit in our home.
If you think your computer can do it, you'd be wrong.
Alright, you guys
Anyway,
head in, bed down for the night?
yeah.
I mean, dude keeps working for a while, but
Okay. Following morning. You're on your ship. There's not much left to do. Repairs are done, unless you find something else to repair.
No, I think it's time to get underway.
So, where are we headed? We had another planet that we know about, right?
yeah, that was the question. What have we got?
To start, I just want to get away from their gun.
Ozzy? Was that it?
Spooky space music.
Yeah, I don't actually know where this is from, so once again, killing it. In fact, I think I'm just gonna have to delete everything. I will find replacements. There we go. Let's fill that screen. Oh, bad roll 20. So, yeah, you know where Ozzy is.
But we don't have any kind of demographic data or anything on it, do we?
We did have rudders, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Get
we had
rudders.
rudders that got us to Andoys and could get us to Ozzy.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of information about it.
And they didn't have any more rudders here.
They did not.
So we really have only one place we can go and hope that we can get some more rudders.
Yeah. Is that going to eat the 2 fuel we've got, or just 1?
Just one.
Okay.
All spike drills are 1 fuel regardless of distance.
Gotcha.
The fuel,
Well,
as I mentioned before, a few weeks ago actually, is just the process of getting into metaspace.
Right. It's the rudders that guide you once there, and the distance doesn't really matter because it's a non-linear.
The rudders are maps. Somebody put it as ship currents, or not ship currents, but ocean currents. Knowing where those are is how you get from one place to another without spending years doing
Right. Or running up against a reef or a shoal.
it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, dude would immediately spend the morning stowing everything that needs to get stowed, making sure everything is secure as far as he can get to. You know, ship shape to a certain extent. So we're at spike drive is all right. We still don't have enough scrap to fix it if it breaks in mid-flight. We got our emissions dampers up, so we can at least hide. We've got the tactical systems, so we can evade in a fight if need be.
Evade and then GTFO.
Yeah. So yeah, dude reports to Cap in the morning after he finishes buttoning things up and gives her the status rundown. Morning, Cap.
Morning.
Well, like I said before, she's a weird boat, but I got everything I can get working. Still no way to get you weapons. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll find a way.
But yeah, we can run and hide if we need to. Got everything stowed up, packed away. Do we even need to say goodbye to these folks, or we'll just hail them on the radio and say peace?
Give you permission for takeoff, not that they shoot us out of the sky just because we moved.
That's a good thought.
Yeah, we'll let them know we're ready. We're ready to leave. I think that's.
Yeah, maybe they'll have some kind of creepy cult going away gift.
Hopefully not shooting us in the face.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, it seemed a little counterproductive at this point. I mean, I've used the scrap that they sold us. If they was gonna try and rip us off, they'd have shot us at first.
I know.
I hope.
Unless it is a creepy cult thing.
Well, you're young. They'll probably leave you alive and keep you for the cult. Have fun dressing in robes.
Colleen is wearing the lime green robe.
Look at that, you fit in already.
Oh, there's a comfy robe.
I'll take your word for it. It's a little too airy for me. Plus, stuff I do, I'd be getting caught in bits of the ship all the time. There's a lot more cloth to clean.
She'll just shake her head a little bit. All right. Open up a communication channel.
Alright, Colleen does that.
Alright. You are greeted by Control. It sounds a little bit confused at first. Uh, yes, unknown ship.
We are ready to depart. We just want to make sure that we're good to go.
Of course, I'll call in and see that you've got authorization. And the line goes silent for a moment.
Thank you.
After an uncomfortable silence, or not uncomfortable, depending, um, the sound of background comes back on and says, "Unknown ship, you are clear to leave orbit."
Thank you kindly. Thank you for the hospitality.
Red One does ask if you've decided against the medical procedure.
Oh, shoot. Yes, that's been taken care of. Thank you.
I'll pass forward.
Much appreciated. Next time we're through, we'll make it. If we're through here again, make sure we bring lots of spam for you.
Much appreciated. You guys have safe journeys out there.
I don't know what to say.
Just say click, beep, beep, beep.
No. All right.
We good to go, man?
Basically over and out, but not quite. You know what I mean? Like the words are failing me.
At least it didn't say happy murdering.
Have fun storming the castle.
Hey.
You think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
Bye-bye. And it's things like that that make me a nerd.
I look back over at the captain's console. We good to go, man?
We are good to go.
That's what I like to hear. And I'll fire up and get us into orbit and then on our way.
Point of out of character question: is there a engineer's console on the bridge, or is it better for dude to be hanging out down in the engine room?
If you had crew that could be in the engine room, it would be best for the chief engineer to be at a centralized, a location that has all of the sensors and doesn't have any kind of security gates, which would be the bridge, since it's secured by a massive door.
Right.
But without anybody down in the engine room, if something does happen that needs physical intervention, you're stuck running, waiting for the elevator to get there, or using all of the ladders and Jerry tubes and Tom tubes and Becky tubes to try and get there.
Gotcha. All right. So
Or
Tom,
Pauline
Dick, and
tubes.
Harry tubes.
yeah,
Nope.
So
Tom, Jerry, and Becky.
there you go. So I'm Scotty down in the engine room. All right. That's cool. So yeah, if he sees the launch sequence starting up, he'll hit the intercom real quick. Go ahead and fire her up. We're ready to go.
Good to hear.
and actually, Jeff, you named your character. Here's Clark is what he decided on his name, right?
Yeah, he didn't really decide it. Tom gave him it.
That's
He's
right.
kept it.
His console, you hear a little beep, and just to him, he gets a little quiet. And take it easy on her, man. She's still a little, you know. I mean, I did what I could, but
Fragile.
yeah, try not to stress her out too much.
I'll be gentle.
I'm sure you will. Treat her like a lady.
You guys take off.
I will be right back.
The ship is not shot down, so
I was gonna say that did
bonus.
not end the campaign right there.
That did not end the campaign.
We have lived another day.
And you've already got rudders to Aussie. You know how to get there. In dipping sensors into the metaspace around you. Sorry, first you travel out to the edge of this system. Dip your sensors into the metaspace around you, and it's the rudders seem current. Things haven't moved. The date on the rudders is less than 6 months old. Jeff, this is going to be a difficulty 8 spike drill check.
Sounds like I automatically pass it then.
Does sound like you automatically pass it. This is easy mode. One moment.
Hold, please.
Well, your effective spike drill is rating 2 because of your bonus, and it is 2 hexes, so the time of 6 days is unmodified. You guys have 6 days in metaspace.
Not meat space?
Not meat space. Metaspace. Not meat space either. That would be, well, I mean, kind of is. Like sardines in a can, except it's a really big can. There's only a few sardines.
So we've got plenty of space, not a lot of meat.
Yeah. You guys doing anything special during the trip? Any special projects I should know about?
Not hitting anything with the ship.
Okay, that's a good project.
Damn. I could have. I know I had something in mind. For.
Oh, I'll give that puzzle box another shot.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on my list. Cracking the little crypto boxes in my quarters.
What should I roll for it?
Yeah, do you remember what I had you roll last time? Excellent.
No. I think it was intelligence, but I don't know.
Just like you planned.
What?
It
Might
definitely
not
was
worth it.
intelligence, yeah. I think I just had you roll a straight intelligence roll.
Okay. That'll work. Let's see. How did I roll straight intelligence?
You'll have to type it in. The character sheet is not built for that.
So,
Why are you rolling without a
Okay.
skill?
so 2d6, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. You have solved a layer.
Oh,
you bend and you twist and you move things into. Oh, and hey, this thing can go in there, and it goes in and click, and it opens a little bit more, and now you've got more things to play with.
oh hell! This thing's got puzzles inside of itself. It's like one of them whatchamacallit dolls.
Nesting dolls?
Yeah, it's a
Matryoshka.
it's a nesting puzzle. Damn it!
Sorry, what is he looking at?
He's got a puzzle box.
Was it in his quarters or something?
Yeah.
Were you asking something, Nick?
No, he was
No.
saying what the name of
What
the
they're
nesting
called.
dolls was.
Oh, gotcha.
Matryoshka.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm certain I mispronounced that because I don't speak Russian.
No.
Oh, Jeff, perhaps you could enable 3D dice.
Should I?
I think you should, unless it is a large impact on your system.
All right, I've clicked it. Should I hit automatically roll 3D dice as well, or?
That's if you don't want to literally click and drag as if you're throwing dice. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
A little silly.
Okay.
It's.
I've never done it before, so.
It just it adds a little bit more visual for our viewers.
Okay. Oh, so you don't get it if you have it enabled. You don't get it automatically if I roll.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Huh? Weird. I thought that'd be like a individual thing.
I would have thought the same thing, but nope. I think it may actually be sharing the bounce and roll of your dice. So give it a quick test roll.
If it's a good one, he gets to keep it.
If it's a bad one, I'm making him keep it then.
Well, no, it doesn't work that way.
Well, there you go.
How do I get rid of these things?
Just
Okay, you
right click.
click. There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
the
And
second,
actually,
even
it
if you
does
left
look
click.
like the physics are shared, because I'm looking at two different views. I've got my GM view, and then I've got a completely separate table with a player view, and so that's why it's per player enabled, is because they're showing us all the same thing. Your computer's doing all the calculations of what to show us.
It's kind of nifty.
Alright.
I've been.
Anything else going on in these 6 days?
Well, the crypto boxes in Colin's quarters.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, no, you haven't tried those in a while. Colleen, go ahead and give those a go.
And that roll was?
Just a straight intelligence roll. 2d6 plus intelligence.
You know, I totally want to call that planet Aziz.
Aziz, light.
Colleen is not able to put pieces together. And this is not a skill check, so she cannot use her expert.
Oh yeah.
And now we've gotten rid of all the dice on the table. Good.
Can just left click anywhere and they will disappear.
Yeah, but They were on the viewer table, which is hidden behind the streamer thing and the Discord chat. So unless I actually need to move things around on that page, the dice were just gonna stay there.
Makes sense.
You approach the
Oh.
system, Ozzy.
I was gonna say, dude was gonna. I've been looking at the checking the rules on something.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've got enough fix and a decent enough scrap that I could potentially jerry rig a few things. And with the creative that you let me take, I can maintain up to 3 jerry rigged things uh, without them needing heavy maintenance. Um, does so we've got cannons. Um, is there any facility on this ship for the ability to launch torpedoes if we had them?
And I was muted. No, you can't really jerry rig a weapon onto the ship.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I was gonna say, if we had launchers, he'd try to jerry rig a torpedo.
right, I got you. No, the ship doesn't have any kind of projectile launchers. It just has those really strangely energied cannons.
Right.
Um, you can always do one of the MacGyvery Star Trek things and decompress a section of hallway that leads out to the airlock and or not decompress it, but suddenly decompress all the way down to the airlock if you want to launch something out of a hallway. But
I mean, does he talk about that plan or the idea?
It's a graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish.
Well, first you got to modulate the frequency of the main deflector dish.
and also you have to remember that there are no shields in this game. No ship shields.
Right.
You've got armor and you've got hull.
Yeah, a blade of armor and shit like that. So we're tanks.
Yeah.
Space tanks.
There are small personal shields and there are telekinetic type shielding. Nothing on the scale of starships.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, he's got the. You've given him the explosives extra thing.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. This character blows shit up. No way to launch it off. He could probably he feels like he might be able to jerry rig up a basic explosive, but with no guidance, it's pointless. You could pop it on an airlock and not hit anything.
Well, here's the question again. Does he talk about this plan?
I was gonna say, like a day or two in, as Colleen, you get a knock. She gets a knock on her door, or
enter.
chamber.
Hopefully she's not taking a bath.
There are no
No,
baths on
but
the ship.
strangely enough, she's taking measurements for things.
That's a good point, Emma. There are no baths on the ship.
Only showers, I hope.
Yes.
It'd be a giant waste of water on a ship.
Jeez.
Not really. It just gets recycled like any other water.
Yep, through the hydroponic system, feeds the plants.
God help you if you go into if the gravity gives out. I think somebody did the checks on it, and a big enough mass of water, you would totally drown because you wouldn't be able to get enough friction in the water to get yourself out of it.
That's a terrible way to die.
Jesus Christ, yeah. She says enter, and dude walks in, and he's got a couple of, like a handful of papers and he's got a pencil tucked up across his ear, and he looks in. Hey, can I get your like computer brain on something?
Sure. What you need?
Cool. So he sits down on the bed next to her, kind of spreads a couple of sheets out, and if she looks at them, it's diagrams of, well, basically just blueprints of random engineering stuff, but she sees a couple of mentions of high yield in there. So we really need something better than just hide and get the fuck out if we end up in somebody's crosshairs. Those guns, I mean, they got shit in them that it's weird. So we obviously we don't remember a damn thing. But I look at those things, and part of my brain goes, there's no reason that that's on this ship, and that's really out of the ordinary. And then another part of my brain goes, but yeah, no, I know how to fix that. Is that
Well,
weird to you?
that's good.
I mean, I didn't say it was bad. It's just weird. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Um, we need something, and I can make shit that blows up. I think it feels like, but the only way to get it off the ship and out to another ship is like pop it out an airlock or something, because we ain't got like torpedo tubes or any of that kind of stuff. But I mean, unless we got a ship coming right up on us in the back and following pretty much straight up our exhaust, pop something out the airlock, it's just going to go floating out in space, and that's it. I can get
Unless
some,
it operates under its own power.
and that's what I'm thinking. I can build something that's got basic maneuvering thrusters and whatnot, but I
Build
don't
a
think I can. Yeah, I
build a
don't think I,
drone.
yeah, it needs something with a guidance system.
Build a drone.
I could use your help with that.
Okay. Sure, we can rig up something. Not sure I feel about blowing things up, but since we would use it only if people try to blow us up.
That's my thought.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how much of an impact it will make against an armored starship unless we equip it with something that maybe can break through an airlock and then blow up inside their ship.
Like a limpet? Oh shit.
Well, I'm just saying, if we detonate it outside, if they have any sort of similar armor to ours, it's not gonna do much. Might as well throw the android out of an airlock and have it punch the other ship. But if we have like a space drone or two,
Yeah.
attach it to the airlock, even if it just blows up the airlock that it can't open, they can't board us. If we can get it inside, then just maybe can go to somewhere where they really don't want it to detonate.
Well, there's a thought.
Or
Now you
even
got
if it just starts a fire inside the ship.
you said your Alexa? You named her?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Hell, if the android can name itself, I can name a drone.
All right.
It's got quite the personality. Talks a bit too much, but
All right. Hey, I'm the last person to start casting stones. Apparently, I named my guitar because there's a name etched on the side. So
that's just weird.
Hey, guitar talks too, man.
Sounds more like wailing most of the time.
And it's usually the same tune.
Yeah, maybe play something else. I'm sure we can come up with something.
No contributions from the GM Peanut Gallery.
The GM
Oh,
knows
no,
more about your character than the player does.
Also, since he mentioned that, she would have mentioned that as well. So that he just preempted me.
What is the name on that guitar, Matt? I'm gonna need you to come up with that, not immediately, but I'm gonna need to know that name.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you know.
Sometimes the player knows more than the GM. And then
Well,
the GM uses that against the player.
exactly. Sometimes the player gets to make decisions about their character. So you said that your drone, when we were checking the outside of the ship, she had sensors in her that was scanning, and that's how we found some of the other stuff. So
Yeah, I figured if I ever need to find out if someone is talking about us from very far away without being there,
mhm.
Alexa can do it.
1, that's cool. 2, kind of paranoid. But
Well,
in any
she
case,
also is small enough to fit into the ventilation system.
true.
If
So
that wait, that doesn't ease your mind, does it?
how's about this? So I build a little box with a shaped charge, something designed to punch, not explode outward, but explode in a direction. You can do that. You can actually get more yield out of it that way, because as long as you know the direction you're aiming at, you can do more damage that way. We get a guidance system and a basic sensor package in there. We're getting chased. We pop that thing out one of the airlocks, and it flies behind us, heads towards the ship that's chasing us, runs a quick scan, and finds the most vulnerable spot on it, snaps itself to it, and that shaped charge punches a hole in their hull.
Um,
If nothing else, it gives them something to worry about while they're chasing us.
as much as I like the idea, it's not gonna work. The only reason that I was able to get the scans I got was because I was inside the ship and was able to basically lower the countermeasures.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't mean that thing can't identify an airlock.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain basic ship patterns, so we give it basic ship registry. These are the basic sizes and shapes of these kind of standard ships, and here's the vulnerable spots.
Well, I'm less worried about that because one of us will have to fly it.
I
Which
was
is
kind of hoping you could give it a brain, but
unless the android has one to spare, and I think he would object.
probably. Wouldn't be weird to
No,
have two
but
brains.
yeah, we don't think we can rig a brain. So someone has to fly it, which I can do that.
Well, yeah, you already got experience with your flying your drones already. So I build the explosives. I can rig up the sensor suite, and then we tie it into your console. So if it comes down to it, I'll throw it out the back of the ship, and you see what damage you can do.
Huh? Well, if Clark points out where might be even a good spot to attack something, that's even better.
It gives us
But-
something.
Yeah,
Ideally, I'd like to get a couple of years down the line and build 3 of those things and still have 3 of them sitting on the floor when we're all done. But
I mean, even if it just has the explosives on it, they don't necessarily know that's not a torpedo.
yeah, sensors would pick it up.
Could even, I mean, if we have enough room to make 2 of them, one could just draw the attention.
And that's where it becomes a GM question. So, what kind of materials do I have to even potentially put together a small explosive payload for something like a drone-guided mine.
Yeah,
Well,
and it would be the White Hawk.
yeah, that's the Voidhawk on the drone side, because the Voidhawk is the one that is designed specifically
Deep space,
for
yep.
deep space. Um, that you're looking at for Colleen is 5,000 all by itself. Um, your charges, your explosives are only 250, and you, because dude is so good. Let's see. Okay, let me pause what I was saying just 1 second, because I may have adjusted the volume too low for some of you. Matt, let's see. Which of you is the Asian man?
Not I, said the goose.
I think it might be referring to Nick, so let's turn him up a bit. Alright. Adjustment is made. Tor,
Wait,
let me know
what?
if that works for you.
How do you come up with Asian? I mean,
That-
don't get
that's-
me wrong. Chances are it is me because other people I've talked at work on the phone to and then came into the store with, I thought you were Asian.
It's the way
Said it twice at least.
it's the way you're twisting your voice to try and play Colleen, because I think I kind of totally agree. After having having that thought put in my head.
That only proves that ideas are infectious.
um,
Thank
the
you,
demo
Asian, for that.
charges, because dude is just so clear in his head about how to build these things. It's only going to take him a day. Spare parts equal to 250. That's not a difficult thing for him.
Beautiful.
And if you're just talking about a demo charge there, you're not talking about anything that's more specific than that, unless you guys are trying to build something that will drill in and then explode, and yeah, that would require a bit more.
Well, we have 4 fittings, and ideally, if the drone can be reused, that would be nice. Otherwise, it's a very expensive charge.
It is a very expensive charge.
Now, if we if
Ooh,
yeah,
expert
jerry-rigged-
system.
Hmm?
If we use one of the fittings for the expert system, so there is one where the drone can do a lot of it by itself. Give it a flight plan by its operator, have targets designated for its weapon, respond to simple environmental cues.
Now the trade-off with constructing stuff is if you construct it as jerry-rigged, it's supposed to, I think, cost a quarter of what it would, but you have to maintain it. Otherwise, it falls apart.
Doesn't creative allow you to upkeep some of them without that problem?
And that's what I was looking at. Creative gives me, I can maintain up to 3 of the jerry-rigged things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if we could build 3 of them jerry-rigged at ideally, if I wouldn't want to jerry-rig the explosive inside of them, so I'm fine with spending the 250 for the normal cost on those. But yeah, if we can get, without spending a crap ton of scrap, 3 jerry-rigged drone mines.
So are you talking about jerry-rigging the drone or the explosives?
The drone.
Okay, I gotcha. Then yeah, the dude and Colleen would need to work together for you to gain the benefit, or sorry, for the drone to gain the benefit of you jerry-rigging it.
Yeah. I feel okay in his describing his capabilities is he could put the drone together. If she's advising him, he can definitely get it to her specifications.
You guys can actually work
I
together.
was just gonna say, fix one.
Yeah, and well, more specifically, she can work on a component, you can work on components, you put them all together in a way that will hold up, stand the test of time a bit better than an average person or even a Colleen person's jerry-rigged device.
Cool. Oh. Building blah blah blah. Having at least one assistant with fix 0 will have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So yeah, he'll concentrate on the explosives and the physical construction of the drone. He'll leave the capabilities of the drone and the best usage of the guidance systems to Colleen. He'll let her concentrate on the complicated computer fiddly bits, and he'll build it. So yeah, that's what he would want to spend the week doing. Is at least, if possible, 3. So that's the question, Nick. Do you think does that expert system? Do you think that'll work for what we're trying to do?
Well, it makes it easier, because otherwise, unless we find some decent medical facilities, it's basically control one drone at a time.
Gotcha. Well, ideally, I don't think we'd try to launch more than one of these at a time, because we only got 3 that I can maintain without having to come down every day and fiddle with. I mean, granted, not like I got that much else going on.
Expert system is 5,000 extra.
So at jerry
All right.
rig, that'd be another 1,200 per.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't necessarily need it, because if we're basically in control of it, we don't need the expert system. And it just makes it easier to operate. So,
He will leave the guidance decisions in her hands.
yep, just make it a drone. Well, basically, just fit it with the explosives and then pilot it in by hand.
All right.
All right. Why don't you give me a kind of a plan, I can't even think of words right now. Your tasks, your strategies, your work plan. Go ahead, just put a separate little section in there. Let me know, and
A separate section in.
the player notes that just popped up.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, for the first couple days, dude definitely concentrates on getting once we've established the basic physical plan. He works on getting the explosives together first, because if you can't get those together, the whole thing's pointless anyway. So what is that? That's a day each?
Oh, don't worry about the actual time frames of it. Just
Okay.
I guess I'm just looking for you telling me where the workload is going.
Okay. Well, dude for explosives and the heavy physical construction of the drones.
Yep, and Colleen will deal with basically tug thing software and the control system as well, because it's a bit different for a deep space drone than her little hover buddy.
Are you putting any fittings on it?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know that too.
In that case, it would be doesn't Let's see. Uh, we have 4 fittings. Let's say 2 explosives. Extended flight twice.
Okay.
Give us better
That-
range.
Oh yeah.
We are talking space distances.
Yes, that brings the range up to 300 kilometers.
Ah.
Well, technically 150 if you want the damn drone back.
We'll have to make that call at the time.
Well, yeah, but that would leave us at least 2 fittings we can always deal with later.
All right. Once we've got the plans sketched out and our ideas, dude would definitely go. Is Cap usually hanging out on the bridge during basic flight, or is she hanging out in her quarters?
She'll spend time. 'Cause we need people to pilot, right? Basically, the entire time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she'll be spending some time basically relieving the pilot. But otherwise she'll be doing stuff in and around the hydroponics and just kind of going through making sure everything's working.
Okay. Well, you tell me where she'd be around about the end of the first day, because that's where dude finds her.
Her quarters.
Okay. There's a knock on her door. Cap?
Enter.
Hey. Well, so we got off of there okay. They didn't shoot us down.
It would kind of have been a little silly.
Yeah. Boy, it'd be a funny way to end your life, huh?
Getting
Hell of a
destroyed by planetary defense is not my idea of a good time necessarily.
Nah, it'd make a funny story for St. Peter, though.
I have the feeling he wouldn't have me.
Probably not me either. So I had an idea, and obviously run it by you before I start even putting my hands on it.
Of course.
So I was talking to Colleen, and we were talking about, like, we got the get the hell out system. We got tactical control so we can do some basic avoidance, and we got the emissions dampers so we can maybe hide. But I mean, if it comes down to it, we're screwed if somebody starts chasing us that has a better engine than us. I was checking through. I ran through. We have no torpedo launch or mine launch capability. So I'm working with Colleen on jerry rigging a couple of semi-guided space bombs.
She just kind of gives him a little bit of a look. Space bombs.
Yeah. Apparently I got a head for explosives. Kind of went through the chemical components and whatnot when I was going through the workshop and all that, and so I guess I know how to build stuff that blows up. And Colleen's got that drone that she put together and she can fly. So my thought was we put those two things together, kind of like peanut butter and chocolate, and we got a bomb that can hit tossed out the ship and maybe find another ship.
And they would be guided.
By her. So she'd be flying it from her console.
All right.
I mean, I can't build anything that's going to do any kind of major damage to a ship. But, I mean, if they're chasing us and we blow something up in their face, nothing else, knock them off course, distract them, give us time
Give us more time to escape.
Yeah. And I mean, hell, if they launch a fighter or something like that, definitely got a better chance of taking something like that out.
I like the way you think.
I appreciate that, but I didn't want to start putting together high explosives on your ship without at least letting you know.
No, for all we know, that cargo container is full of it. And that's why it's sealed off from the air.
Man, everybody is just full of pleasant thoughts today. Fair enough. We could be flying a giant bomb anyway. So let's have some baby bombs. We'll have a whole explosive family. So yeah, I think that's what me and Colleen are going to be doing probably for the next couple of days.
All right. I've got to help pilot the ship so that people can sleep.
That makes sense, and I appreciate it. I'd help if I thought I could do anything other than fly us into the middle of a star. So,
Well, here's hoping I don't.
yeah, you're damn right.
Feel awfully bad about that if I did.
Yeah, not like we'd know. So you'll either tell me that everything is good, or you'll hear a big boom somewhere on the ship and you'll know it ain't.
Just be careful.
That's the plan.
I don't want to lose you, and I don't want to lose the ship.
He kind of smiles. Thanks. And I appreciate the order on that.
We can always get another ship.
Well, looking at our criminal record, you ain't wrong.
She chuckles.
All right, Kat, I'll let you get some rest. I got a long night of chemical burns ahead of me.
Call me if you need something from Medbay.
You'll probably hear me before I hit the intercom.
All right.
All right, Kat.
She escorts him out.
And he heads back down to the workshop to start digging into chemicals.
All right. Do you guys
Yes,
Right,
I
I
saw
just
that, yeah,
I
as
saw.
it was popping up.
Yes, and in that case, I would say 2 into the extended flight. Fitting 3 is going to be a suicide charge, and for weapon 4, we're going to make it a weapon fitting, so it's a larger charge.
so it's a what?
Larger demo charge.
Okay. So basically
Normally
give
it
yourself
says, yeah.
so you'll have 2 demo charges on each.
Well, that is the question. I would actually say instead of basically making 2 demo charges, if you would be fine with modifying it, that basically it adds the 1 encumbrance with ranged weaponry that is just 1 charge, but it's larger than
Well,
what you
yeah,
could
so
normally mount.
the equivalent of 2 demo charges just as 1 charge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
And that was weapon fitting.
So what's the bill, boss?
Well, the question now comes down. Let's see. Give me one moment here. The drone, if you want to use scrap or salvage, you can actually assemble it at no cost, but you're using your salvage, so I guess it's not really that much of a question since we're kind of treating the scrap almost as currency.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, I wouldn't want to use the one salvage we've got for this unless I absolutely want to.
no, I don't think it means salvage in that sense. The pre-tech components are called different things throughout, but I'm pretty sure that this does not mean using one of those, because that would be really expensive, considering
Right.
they have no price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these costs in the rules assume that you don't necessarily just keep a crap ton of scrap available, which I'm not certain is realistic because of all the repairs and everything you have to do.
Yeah.
Because I certainly wouldn't let you guys build it without using any of the scrap there and just extending the time. That doesn't make any sense.
No. And we've, unless the scrap cost is enormous, it's a good use for the scrap we've got as far as dude is concerned.
The scrap cost is not enormous because you're reducing it down by a quarter
Right.
with
To
the
jerry
jury
rig.
rigging.
Yeah.
Each of the drones is going to take you a day and 3/4. Each of those demo charges, being a demo charge, double demo charge, is, well, I'll say it'll take a day and a half. Because I didn't make any um, allowance in that for bigger charges. And let's see where we're at here. Each of those drone hawks, or void hawks, you're looking at 1690 in salvage. Scrap.
That feels solid to me.
Total cost for 3 of them comes to 5,070, which is right around the price you were looking at for a single void hawk.
At normal build, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did either of you actually write anything into the player notes?
I was kind of waiting for the
Final.
yeah.
Well, go ahead and do it in inventory instead then. I'm going to go ahead and remove a lot of that stuff from the player notes as long as it's on somebody's character sheet somewhere or in the ship inventory. And actually, I'm going to put that task on one of you guys. Somebody who's not active in the scene, go ahead and start transferring stuff that goes in the ship inventory from the player notes over to, well, ship inventory. Only one of you can edit it at a time, so let's get the current...
Jeff, can I volunteer you for that?
Yeah, I can handle that.
Well, it can't be me because apparently I don't have edit capability on the inventory.
I do need it. Yeah, on the inventory. It's
Really?
inventory.
Yeah. I can edit the
Fascinating.
player notes, but I can't edit the inventory.
It says all... Oh, can be edited by... Here you go.
So just to be sure, we bought 20 Type A batteries, bringing us to a total of 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just so I don't mess that up. All right. Once I get edit privilege, I'll do it.
Jeff, hold off on that. Or just... No, Nick, go ahead and type in the Void Hawk and the fittings and the explosives, and then Jeff can go ahead and transfer. Unless you guys want to do it the other way around. It might be faster the other way around.
It might be fast the other way around. Once
I'll
Jeff
leave
has
that to a
copied
player
everything.
decision.
I mean, all I gotta do is control copy, control paste.
What? No, I expect formatting.
Control copy, control paste, and then control F for formatting.
It's a little bit more than that, just because obviously you're not taking Colleen's robes, and I don't know what of those other
You
things
sure?
are going to specific people, or if that's all ship inventory.
Well, Colleen has the lime green robes, the backpack,
Yeah.
and the
How
night
about
and
this?
one set of
If
the
you have
night
stuff in your inventory, remove it from the player notes and put it in your character sheet.
Well, we got the solar recharger for Colleen, right?
I thought that was general use, but
Well, right, but
we got it. So I mean, I can track it on mine, but that's more like anyone who needs to charge some energy cells there.
Well, in that
Yeah.
case, we can just keep it in the ship inventory, and
Yeah.
whoever needs it can go get it from the ship inventory.
Yeah, and survey scanner is, that's just for whoever grabs it if we're going planet side.
That's your away team thing.
Mm-hmm. I just got to make sure I have no red shirts in my inventory. We need to get some crew on one of these planets. Disposable crew member number 5. Come on down.
Koana might have joined you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure we would have been too happy with the bubbly 16-year-old girl as disposable crew member.
Alright, so while Jeff is doing that, Matt, it's going to take you alone, you're the only one that can do this, 4.5 days to make 3 double charges.
Alright.
And when I say double charges, I don't explicitly mean that they'll be doing 6d10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
They're just better charges for what you guys are trying to do with them. They're better
Makes
weapons. They're better jerry-rigged weapons. It's going to take the combination of you two. Where is that number over here? 5.25 days to build all 3 of those drones.
So that burns out our week.
Well, that burns out your week, and a little bit extra, because like I said, Colleen can't really help you with the explosives.
Right.
She can, but she's not going to. It's not going to have any benefit for you.
Yeah, no. He'd rather have her concentrating on what what she can do without him for the guidance systems and all that kind of stuff before.
Okay. You've only got 6 days, so let's say that there's one of those charges and one of those Void Hawks is still in pieces,
Mm-hmm.
ready to be assembled, by the time you guys do finally reach a Z.
Sounds good.
Do you guys want to do any management or anything while or before actually posting up a Z for you? You want to finish up the ship inventory player notes? Emma, is your person coming? Where's Mel?
They should be here soon.
Okay. Yeah, where is Mel? He was supposed to be here soon too.
He certainly. Well, it's probably bus issues again.
Oh yeah.
Or it's just taking him that long to get his work done.
No, he said done with work now at 8:38, a little bit over an hour ago.
Could be the buses then.
Sounds like it.
Right. Yeah, because he just said,
what-
"Be there as soon as I can." Yeah.
What's the data storage unit? Is that a ship component?
No, it's basically just a giant portable hard drive.
So my
That's all I need.
company,
All right.
my company left Columbus at 10 o'clock. It takes roughly 2.5 hours, no stops.
Whew.
So
Depending on how you drive.
I see player notes changing up. Alright, and I was complicating things for myself. So once Jeff finishes with updating and saving the ship inventory, then Matt, you can go in and add the Void Hawks and the charges that have been completed, and Nick, if you can put into player notes what's left to do on the remaining Void Hawk and charge.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff. Hey, formatting! Woohoo! Formatting and organization.
Well,
And
I would
Matt, when
definitely
you're
say-
updating the ship inventory with what you've done, also take 5,070 out of the credits. Or out of the scrap, sorry.
Right. $5,070.
5,070.
All right.
Give the viewers a little something to read in a moment.
I figure they class as ammo.
Yeah, don't call them suicide drones, because that we could have done a lot cheaper with a suicide fitting.
Oh, did we not do that fitting?
No,
It
we
sounds
want
like
to
it's
reuse
a
them.
remote launcher drone.
Basically, get close, attach the charge, float away, laugh maniacally.
Yeah, you technically are using the suicide charge fitting, but as I commented in the in-game discussion, I'm allowing you to modify that to be a parachute suicide fitting. So it's going to fly off. It's going to hopefully intercept the ship. That's all going to depend a lot on piloting. And attach the demo charges, detach, and then, well, it won't be able to catch up to your ship, but at least it won't be destroyed.
Right. If we're swinging around, they might be able to catch us on a loop or something.
So I say, if you're editing that, put down that the range is 300 kilometers
Yep, there you go.
instead of the normal 100, since we extended the range twice.
Alright, and looks like you guys are just about done with that. I'm going to go ahead and fly you over to Z.
I think they may be here. I heard car doors.
How long did you think that it would take, Emma?
Like half an hour, 45 minutes at most.
Okay.
Back.
Well, you're there with Nick, so Nick can keep me updated. I think half hour, 45 minutes is a little bit long to take a break. But would you guys like a quick 10, 15-minute break?
That'll work as a bathroom break.
Yeah.
How long do you have to spend time in there?
We don't ask those questions.
I was gonna say that's a bit of a personal question.
You don't go once a month?
But that'd make life a lot easier if you could.
It's efficient.
Oh dear.
Would that, Jeff? Would that mean that at most times you are full of shit?
Aren't we all?
My intestines. That's what they're for.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I made these scenes, sort of. I modified them to be the right color scheme. I'm going to use them, so clickety. Although it does say I'll be right back. I guess I'll have to adjust that.
Do it like Shield of Tomorrow. I can't hold it any longer, Captain.
You guys are so wrong.
Hey, that wasn't my idea. That's what the break sign says during Shield of Tomorrow.
You remembered it. I'm holding you personally accountable for the joke.
It's because I watched Shield of Tomorrow.
Shield of Tomorrow. So that's not Agents of Shield?
No.
No,
Shield of
it's
Tomorrow is the Star Trek RPG show on Alpha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah. They they've actually all got Star Trek uniforms that they wear on stream.
That and the set has the Alka systems and displays in the background.
Yeah. So they built a bridge-ish looking set.
That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
That's putting a lot of time and investment into.
Oh yeah.
streaming.
It's a professional production. Yeah.
That's a funny show, so definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically set during the Deep Space Nine era.
Yeah, you know, I
I've been meaning to.
didn't watch too much Star Trek after Star Trek and Next Generation.
Well, Deep Space Nine was a really good one.
I certainly enjoyed it.
I've been working on the Streamlab stuff. That's how I'm switching the scenes here. Actually, technically, what I've done here with the starting soon and the we'll be right back stuff, I could have done just with straight OBS, but Streamlabs comes with a bot that I can do things with in chat. Comes with points, which the viewers in chat are all earning right now. Though I'm not gonna go clicking around right now to see what points have accumulated. I know that I set it a little bit higher for early adoption and test purposes, just to see where things settle.
What do you get for those points?
Well, whatever the stream defines, they're not Twitch points, but there are a few recommended things like I'll follow your Twitch stream or I'll follow your Twitter, which I'm not inclined to do just because I don't really engage that much with outside of this. But I'm thinking options like flag a question for answering after the stream is over, or heck, I honestly I really don't know.
Have a space NPC named after you.
Oh yeah, that's actually there you go. I'm writing that down.
Also kind of stolen from Shield of Tomorrow. Basically, the chat is the auxiliary crew, so they get to name characters and
Oh.
things like that, races on the ship. And then the GM on occasion kind of draws up from that list if he needs like an NPC or people they interact with on the ship.
Maybe I'll just call it make an NPC. Or I could have 2 tier levels of it: name an NPC or make an NPC.
The one job is you sit next to that door.
And yeah, I'm gonna try and balance Tor my time spent on production versus actual content, and fit life in there somewhere. And
Old school
games.
life.
I want to play games again.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I
no
had
games for
that.
you.
No, I had that. I had 2 weeks where I could just play games as much as I wanted while everybody was unable to join. We had that 3-week break. And so
I'm sure we thought you missed us.
No, not at all. So instead of doing any kind of content creation or filling out the entire universe, which I probably could have done in 2 weeks, well, Galaxy, I just spent 2 weeks playing Grim Dawn, and it was glorious. It was a glorious Grim Dawn. All right, so we've got
Glorious.
name an NPC, make an NPC.
And the highest tier, name the horrible space monster that eats them all.
No, I've got plans for that.
Spacey McSpaceface?
Shooty McShootface.
Mm-hmm. Not in the knee, not in the arm, right in the face.
Of course, I'd like to point out that the dude just put the idea of armed, dangerous drones into Colin's head.
Uh-huh.
Considering that, I mean, it doesn't seem to we just came up with doesn't exist naturally, at least in the base rules. I'm hoping this will be a hell of a surprise for any ships that do actually come after us.
It will be. You've got a few things working against you. One, space is really big, so
Oh yeah.
a ship that's coming after you, they could be 10,000 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Still have to get closer to shoot at us. It's more like if they really shoot at us at combat distance or try to board us.
Actually, 10,000 kilometers is combat distance.
Yeah.
This
No,
game, this system embraces more of a hard sci-fi, or not hard sci-fi, hard science take on space combat, where you're not trying to aim and hit a target so much as you're trying to hit or get through their countermeasures with laser weapons. I mean, technically, the shooting is done with dex or intelligence, so the author has made some allowance for, yes, I'm a good shot.
Mm-hmm. Now, the 300-kilometer range on that, is that the range of our control of it, or is it the flight range of the thing itself?
Basically, flight range equals control range.
Ah. Because if we're talking 10,000 kilometer range, if we pop that thing out and then we keep flying and not leave it in the path of where the ship that might be following us is going, as soon as it's past 300 kilometers, you can't control it or detonate it.
I mean, you could set the timer at that point. If we go with a hard sci-fi, it's basically inertia.
Right. It becomes a
and
mine at that
just
point.
timing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, these things aren't crazy useful, but it's still better than nothing.
No, and honestly, I would probably let you go beyond that 300. You guys have put quite a bit of time into this, so it would
They might try
feel
to
like
board
kind
us,
of
so.
a jerk GM move to say, all right, you've got a drone that can go 300 kilometers. The ship is 10,000 away. What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
If these things come up in use, then I'll make it so that you haven't wasted your time and effort here.
I appreciate that. And I feel like it would be we'd have to combine the usage of these things with some probably decent piloting to put the ships in positions that these things can manage with what little guidance thrusters they got.
That reminds me, technically, Clark can fly one of those as well, since you can use either in pilot or in programming.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in general, in a situation where we might really use them, chances are he might be busy trying to fly us away. But in theory, if we're like stationary and he doesn't have to do anything crazy, then yeah.
Plus, it was just fun hearing you guys hash out how to build a guided space missile.
I might have thought about the idea before,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
As I said, it's just not something that would have popped into Colin's head before someone put that idea in. For instance, the one limiter I put on there that for anything regarding weapons and actually murdering people, someone has to give her the idea.
It's not murder if it's self-defense. At least legally.
Legally in our current system.
Depending
Oh,
on
yeah.
where you are.
Yeah, it's probably also different for different parts of the world.
But yeah, if we ever find a decent planet with decent facilities, there's a point where Colleen could get something that lets her control those damn drones all the damn time at once.
Ooh.
It's like the crazy version of getting a tattoo.
Space
It's
tattoos.
Nah, it's the implant. It's the drone controller.
Right. Ooh.
Still saying everyone should get Revenant wiring, but hey.
Yeah, is dude's expectation on these is that it's an absolute last resort, but it's the closest he can come to getting us any kind of weapon system with what we've got access to on the ship.
Yeah.
He just wants us to not be completely defenseless.
Hey Nick, what's the status on those visitors?
I think I heard over the mic her walking people through.
Mm-hmm. Heard something.
All right, I'm back.
Oh yeah, welcome back. We talked about you a
I'm
lot.
back.
I mean, I'm
Constantly.
pretty popular.
Interesting. Nick, I just asked, and I did not realize that you were away.
Oh, sorry, people.
What's the status of the visitors? Like they just
Uh,
got here. She's just doing the tour right now.
She's taken to the basement now. They will never leave.
Oh, perfect. Then she'll be back in a few minutes.
It's a German dungeon.
Oh, then she might be back in a few
No,
hours.
the Austrians have a speed on that. Also, I'd like to point out a couple of people in the US haven't been doing too badly on that front as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let's change the subject here real quick to any viewers I've got here out in the audience, watching or listening. And I realize that there's not a whole lot to watch right now, but listening in. If you've got suggestions on things that I could put in to spend points on, I do have the Streamlabs extension that is accruing points for. Don't know exactly what it is. Like I said, I put it on a pretty short timer and a pretty high point value at first. Throw them in chat. Any things that you've seen other streamers do that you think would improve the quality or watchability of this stream that don't cost thousands of dollars or take weeks of time? Put those in chat. I mean, you can put the other things in chat too, but I'm just going to look at those and say, yeah, that'd be nice if I could hire somebody to do that.
Just have them deposit the money into your account.
Everything still takes time, which is
They
actually
get producer's credit.
Yeah, make all checks out to cash.
still need the time and the manpower.
Oh, yeah.
And manpower requires management, which requires time. So I guess I would say that while financial resources are of course a huge deterrent to a lot of awesome things, time is a much less forgiving resource. But anyways, yeah. Any suggestions? Go ahead and put it in chat. I'll take a look at it. If there's anybody out there that's watching and listening and hasn't given a follow, go ahead and click that button. Give me another number here.
Oh my God, Mike, you're a YouTube star.
This isn't on YouTube yet.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.
Discord in the stream. I'll go ahead and take a look at that. We are using Discord, as you know. I've actually considered just opening that up for anyone to join if they want, with only listen privileges in any of the in-game or in-session rooms. But it sounds, I'm interpreting that more as there's an extension or an application that shows who's talking in Discord. If that's the case, then I'll go ahead and see if I can find something like that. Thank you, Jeff.
Is Jeff being helpful again?
Jeff, one of our players here, has just followed the stream. Yay, I've got a new follower.
Now I can know when we're playing.
He just wants to accrue the points and then name his NPCs.
I may have to place some stipulations on that.
There are no limits.
Alright, I know that Emma's not back yet, but let's go ahead and jump back in. Hopefully everybody has had a chance to do whatever they needed to do. And kablamo. You guys reached the outer edge of space in the AZ system.
Well, sends a sweep.
You instantly receive... excuse me. You instantly receive some planetary information on your black box, which becomes available on consoles here and there. Ah, dang it. Why is that? Keep playing. I have to fix that. Don't sue me, Braid. Those 10 notes you heard just there are from the kind of old by now video game Braid. Very fun little game.
Don't tase me, Braid.
I thought it was a little backwards.
Here we go. Actually, we've got a lot of screen space over here I can just use. Very good. I am probably not going to, Jeff, now.
It was a joke. That'd be a dumb thing to do.
It would, for a stream like this, yeah. Jeff just joked about getting one of those bots that that shows whenever somebody subs, follows,
Right.
or reads the message out, or when they drop the bits in there, which are all neat but feels out of place here. I'll think about that though. Shows in Discord.
Steal
Yeah.
Mel's text message tone.
No,
Awesome.
no, not doing that. Okay, I'll take a look for that, Tor. Alright, you have come to a system that has multiple worlds on it, as well as a space station. Oh, I didn't include that. That's what that big circle there is a space station. And
Kinda
somehow I
figured.
forgot to include that in the notes that I'm showing to you. What the heck is the space station? There we go. Henry Station. You have no other information about Henry Station. But it's there, down at the bottom.
Henry's a nice name.
I know we're kind of limited without M, but I'll go ahead and make any necessary decisions for the captain if you guys want to.
I was about to say, now's the time to ask the captain for anything you want.
All you get back is answering silence.
I'll take that as a yes.
How about this? You are hailed by control at Henry Station.
Kind of figured that's what would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the question is,
Well-
we're trying to avoid detection here.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna try and
Yeah.
avoid detection first?
Yes. I also was. That's why I'm saying I was also going to run a sensor sweep to see if there are any other ships in the area.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
gotta figure we
jumped right
would've-
past that.
Yeah, we would have had the emission dampers.
Oh yeah.
Going.
I flipped the switch on the console for stealth mode.
Yeah. Did we have to do that when we popped in, or could we have had that on while?
You have to turn that on, but you can do that when you pop in. Let's just say it's a setting that can be set to automatically activate when you come out of metaspace.
We're classed as cruiser, right?
You are classed as cruiser.
Yup.
You'll notice I created helpful links.
I mean, I have the
Oh,
rulebook
shit.
open on my other screen, so.
LW, I'm gonna have to get with you to learn how to do that.
It's just a markdown language.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you
Pretty
name it
simple
the name of another handout, it just links right up.
Ah,
I did a couple of those in my Strahd game to link to other things.
So let's start with that hiding in detection, because you're right. I jumped a little bit on there. You guys may not necessarily want to just be out in the open. Are you guys trying to hide?
Oh yes.
Okay. Oh shoot. Rules and things and stuff. Henry Station is not at the edge of space. So I'm going to repeal my suggestion that you can just set it to automatically trigger. You're going to have to flip a switch. But the edge of space, or edge of the system, unless a planet is trying to blockade or intercept visitors coming from a specific other system, there's nothing at the edge of the system. You may have one of those chance encounters with another ship, or there may be a space station out there just because. But space, actually, no, not even that. The space around a solar system is big enough that there's just that one point of entry. And if there's nothing else in that, you're just in the region called edge of the system. So technically, you don't actually know all this out there. You know that there's a space station out there. You know that there's a couple planets out there in the system. You don't know anything about them much yet. And you can make the decision, are you going to hide?
I would say yes, please. Yeah. Seeing how we are wanted criminals.
Okay. Where do you want to go? You can fly the ship out. Let me put a ship out there for you.
Well, here's a good question. Can we spoof our ship's ID so they don't even know we're wanted criminals?
You guys still haven't set up a ship ID. You're still registering as unknown everywhere.
Oh, good. Okay, that works too.
I
I'm.
thought we would need really a black box for that, a real one.
It works for a certain definition of work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The ship is controllable by all. Um, just you know, don't move it somewhere unless you're actually going there. And movement here will be, as I said, I'll create movement for the ship. Symbolic, when the ship is somewhere on an icon, you're at that icon.
Well, if we head anywhere here, I think it should be for the station. They tend to be hubs for the
Most
systems.
likely.
If there's anything we want to find out, that'd be our best bet.
But yeah, first step is finding out are there any other ships in the area.
Well, are there? I look
Well,
over.
that's what we're gonna find out. One bit roll, Mike.
Go for it.
Now, question: does the assisted field take negative values? Because I'm gonna run it at passive.
I believe it does.
Okay, well, I'm gonna test it right now.
Go for it. Where'd your dice go?
I blame the late night hours working on the drone.
Close that out. You
Yeah,
can see
it's
that.
an average roll. Well, it's an average
Not
result.
for me. Also, since these things are opposed, it's not that great.
Yeah.
Keeping the good roll when they try to detect us. So, no, it does not take negative values. So the check is just
That's
5.
kind of funny.
Oh,
Because
You're
this
right,
might be
that check
putting in
does suck.
-2.
yeah. Plus, minus.
That's okay.
Why
This is
would they-
funny. So the GM roll feature, when you have another window open that you've joined as a player, it still shows you the roll. So anyone watching can see that I just rolled a bogus roll of 2D100 or 1D100.
Oh.
I couldn't remember if
Huh.
it tells you guys whether anything's being rolled or not.
Nope, I don't see anything.
Nope,
But
only
yeah,
if you
you're right,
make
it's on the
mistakes.
screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you can make macros that do that. That's what I did for. Remember, I did that for my own. GM is rolling dice.
Yeah.
Custom.
I remember helping you with that.
Yep.
Okay. GM is rolling dice.
Yeah, that's where the classic GM screen is always fun when you hear clatter from behind it. Like, okay.
Now, what I would really like to see is if the dice would physically roll out onto the table and not show you any numbers. You could see that 2d6 have been rolled.
Oh, very
Mhm.
creepy. Actually, the check
Well, the-
is a 7, because, well, it's basically -2 for passive. We do. Oh, wait, no, this is my scan. Sorry, never mind. This wasn't them trying to detect us. So, crappy roll is fine. I just don't know. We don't know if anything's out there.
Yeah.
But they don't know if we're here yet. That's a totally different check.
Wait, were you saying the -2 didn't work? Because it looks like it did.
Nope.
5 plus 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9, minus 2 is 7.
No. The other +2 doesn't come into this one. The other one. This was me trying to detect things. Another roll is if anything out there tries to detect us, and only then the dampener come into play. I just forgot that for a second.
Okay. Well, you are trying to hide, and I'm not going to tell you if something is out there trying to detect you, even if I already kind of did.
I was gonna say if they're trying to detect us and their sensors are active, I would know.
You
I
would
also
know.
would have. I also would have to roll. So do you just want me to blanket roll to see if anything out there detects us, no matter what they use?
You'll have to roll whether they're using passive sensors or active sensors. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna have you roll whether something is out there or not.
All right, then this is the one for us trying to hide.
Yeah, basically, anytime you guys are trying to hide, I want you to make that roll. Just maybe put it into a macro and saying we're trying to hide.
That's the one for hiding.
Okay. You don't detect anything else out in this system, or out, not in the system, out in this region of the system. The edge of the system appears to belong to you. Now, where do you want to go?
Wherever the captain wants to go.
Yeah, that makes this a little bit difficult. So we'll stall for a little bit of time. You guys discuss among yourselves where you want to go. Unless you got something else, Jeff.
So I was about to suggest that Nick just ask, but I don't know if that would actually be appropriate if she's with coworkers.
Maybe let her stay professional. She's not among coworkers. She's trying to. Oh no, it is a coworker. She said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either way, she's trying to conduct kind of a business thing over there. So.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, actually, the question: did I detect that someone got a detection lock on us?
You did not detect that somebody else detected you.
Ooh. Actually, I lied. The check result is 15 because we get +2. Damn it! I'm messing up all my damn modifiers.
Jeez.
Wow.
My observing log was in fact 7 because +2 from cruiser. God damn it! I need to get my bonuses straight.
No shit.
I believe you can even put rolls into these handouts, Jeff.
What about rolls and handouts?
I said I believe you can even put inline rolls in handouts.
Oh, that's weird. Why would you do that?
Well, if it's just you know it's just going to be 2d6, just roll 2d6.
In the handout?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it's not in the handout. It rolls into the chat.
Oh, and you click it in the handout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I smell what you're stepping in. I got you.
So, you do have that information about the 2 planets.
All right.
You can't scan them to get anything else. But let me pull it up and look at it myself. Where are you guys? Ozzy. So, ignore the geology. You guys don't have the geology information yet. But part of the system-wide broadcast includes that little bit of information and atmosphere, temperature, and biosphere.
Right. So we're getting the beacon from Rain Lilati that stay the hell away.
Yeah, you getting that.
Mm-hmm. We're probably getting miners wanted on Madeira.
You indeed are.
Come work on beautiful Madeira. Dangerous environment massively overstated. Come work on Madeira.
All right. Cap points you guys towards Henry Station. I was gonna let you
Makes the
stall
most
for her
sense.
if you had some conversation about where to go.
Nah, I'm good. I've already said I want to go to Henry Station, so.
Yeah, and I mean, really, dude's barely contribute. He's. Hey, did we get there? Okay, cool. Well, land us somewhere. I'll make sure we don't explode.
Huge. Well, I'm gonna